here it is, my nightside table, and on the left-hand side is my stack of books. Really good about reading those and putting them back, although I do have several there. That's because I want to make sure I have them lined up. But on the right-hand side, we have this pile of magazines. Now, these are magazines that I've read. And when I read magazines, if there's something that I want to keep, I dog-ear a page. So magazines without dog-eared pages, they get recycled. So therefore, all of these have dog-eared pages. And I just haven't done anything about it. So follow me to a desk area so we can talk about how to get rid of this pile of magazines.
Janice Russell here to discuss getting through this pile of magazines. And I'm going to show you some trusty tools that I have here. One is I have a timer, because I can feel very overwhelmed if I think I have to get through the whole stack, whereas if I think in terms of, oh, I'll spend 15 minutes, makes me feel a little bit better. I also have Post-it notes and a pen, so that my guess is I'll have some different actions that need to happen from these magazines, so I can put them in piles and know exactly where they go. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to open up the first one, check for my dog-eared pages. Yes, indeed, I have a couple of dog-eared pages. Now, this one is a page of quotes. So the unfortunate thing is that when I dog-eared it, I forgot to circle or write anything down. So I'm assuming there's a quote in here that I want to use for a blog or a Twitter or a Facebook post. Since I didn't note that, it means I have to read them all. Next time I need to remember to write a little bit in there so that I know. So I see a couple that I may want to use, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually circle several, and I'm going to go back and reevaluate them. But in the meantime, I'm going to take this, move that out of the way, and I'm going to have a pile that says writing. And I'm going to check for the next one. Yep, looks like we have two more. This is called Junk Junkie. So I am guessing that it is an article about organizing. So I'm actually going to just tear the whole article out. And since it's been a while since I've read it, I'm going to label this as read. But after I read it, I must do something with it. So it can't just stay in the read pile forever. I do have a time when I will read that and then decide what's going to happen next. More than likely, there will be a resource that I will put into Evernote, which I use a lot to capture my data, or it will be ready to be recycled. So we're going to go to the final one in this particular magazine, and this is a recipe. Now, I don't keep a whole lot of recipes because I have plenty, and I have cookbooks and we have the internet. However, this one meets my criteria, and my criteria is it has to have less than 8 ingredients, because more than 8 ingredients and it's just too complicated and I won't do it. So this actually goes downstairs, so I'm going to put it at the very edge of my desk. And then that's all that's dog-eared in here. So this is ready to be recycled after I rip off the address label, because I shred address labels. So I'm going to have a pile for my shred, a pile for recycle. Now, I'm going to pause for just a minute. I'm going to set my timer for 15 minutes, but I'm not going to make you watch for that 15 minutes. And when we come back, we're going to see how many more of these we've gotten through. So here I am, a mere 15 minutes later. These are the magazines that I still need to go through, but these are the ones that I went through. All of these get to be recycled because I've got everything in one of a couple of different piles, so I know which action to do next. Now, a couple of things that really helped me. Number one is I only looked at pages that were dog-eared. I did not go and look at the table of contents or flip through anything else, so nothing else drew my interest away. Second of all, of course, having a setup so that I knew exactly where things went. And the fact that time had passed. And so in some cases, things that I had dog-eared were either obsolete information or things I'm no longer interested in. So that helped also to pass things along. So what I'm going to do is take care of the stuff that's around me. That it all has places to go, and in some cases time slots to be followed up with. And at some other point, of course, I'll have to set aside another 15 minutes to go through this pile. And from now on, I'm not reading any magazines unless I have a pen in hand to not only to circle what it is I'm interested in, but to write a little note so that when I rip out the dog-eared pages, I don't have to actually sort them again. This is Janice Russell saying that in order to keep up with all the data coming in, you need a way to process it to get it out of your house. We hope you have an organized day.